What's up, podcast fam? Quick intro, real quick. There's merch online you can buy. There's now a Google form which you can submit questions to for the life checks. And other than that, let's get into the episode. I got my friend Mike Benz here with me. What's up, Mike?
What up, Babs?
Dude, good to see you, man. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. I was just admiring your beautiful background.
Yeah, right. It's fucking for those who are watching or not watching, I mean, it's a astronaut on the moon with behind him. Yeah, I got this little nice background going.
Which I don't think the Milky Way is that close in the background, but you know, it's close. I don't know. I've never been to space, but
yeah, the Earth looks freaking huge behind him. Yeah, it does. It's
good shit.
It's I mean, it covers.
I really want I want to get like SpaceX art. You know,
SpaceX art. So like the rock, like with the rocket on the rocket on like the launch pad type shit.
Yes, or Starship, the thing they're working on, the giant rocket. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't. Do tell.
So it's like it's gonna be the rocket they're building to go to the moon, or not the moon, Mars.
Oh shit, that's a big.
So rocket. It's fucking huge, and it's kind of like, it doesn't look very like sexy like this, the Falcon rockets. So it's like a lot thicker, but it's fucking huge, and apparently it's like for towing like cargo to Mars.
So it's gonna house like rovers, vehicles, solar panels. It's got a little bit of everything, like ready to go. Now that's gonna be kind of sick. Like it's oh dude, like I cannot believe that going into like Mars is gonna be something we see.
It's a possibility
very soon.
We could go there, dude. We could do a podcast there.
That would first podcast from Mars. Would you? Okay, so if they offered you to go to Mars, would you go?
100% fucking percent.
Really?
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
On the first expedition, you'd be like, I'm in.
Yeah, even more so. Because you'd be like a legend, You'd be like,
what if get caught out there in the asteroid?
Dude, even if it blows up on the launch pad, everyone's gonna be like, hey man, that guy had balls. You know what I mean?
I mean, you hope, that's for sure.
That would suck. I would hope you would at least get close, How
many people
burn up on entry or whatever?
That's true.
That was dope.
Yeah, that's true. How many people do you think though in the R space program were shot up into the sky and then they just never said anything until they finally got it, somewhat?
Wait, say that again?
That's a dark thought here, but like, how many people?
How many have gotten blown up?
Yeah, total? How many think without us?
Well,
knowing, like, you think
Challenger, right?
Think about this. Think about this. That one. Then they've already sent people to the moon and stuff, so they're thinking like, it's not gonna happen. My question is, how many people do you think they shot up there before they started telling us we're shooting people?
Oh yeah, like in the testing stages in the 50s.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I know. I mean, this is some dark shit, but I'm a huge like World War II buff. And
this last time, so I'm all in. I love World War II.
Do you? Okay. Yeah. So like, the Nazis like started like rocket technology.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Towards the end of the war, they came up with there was like the V1 and the V2. And they actually did launch a couple at, obviously they're not using it for space exploration. They're trying to partner with everybody. But in that they did like use them a couple, like I think they shot a couple at Britain like towards the end of the war, and like it fucked some shit up when that shit landed.
They're V2 rockets, yeah.
Yeah. But they did shoot up like monkeys and stuff, and but yeah, that's a good question, man. Like how many people? Probably a few. I would
think about it. Yeah, like there's just stuff the government doesn't tell us that like that before they come out and they're like, we're gonna send people to the moon, like they had
some people got blown up for sure,
no doubt, unfortunately, and they'll never. But
again, legends. But we don't even know who they are. So
that's my point. So
legends after all,
right? Like because like the Challenger. Okay, so like let's take the first moon, the first moon landings, like those Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, like those guys. Yep. There was risk. There's no doubt there was risk, but I think they knew that they could get them into space. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because it was like Apollo something. It wasn't like Apollo 1. I don't think.
That's right. It was like 11, I think. Hold on.
Yeah, because didn't they like go around it once too? I think they like circled it one time. Like there was like the first people that like went to the moon and like went around it and like came home. And then I don't know. I don't know. I got to brush up on my moon history.
My moon history isn't there either. Apollo 11. That's the one. Was the one. That was one in Atlanta. First landed.
You ever see Apollo 13? The movie?
I don't really remember it.
Tom Hanks.
Apollo 13 movie. Now I gotta look it up.
Good movie, dude.
Kind of don't remember.
Tom Hanks goes to space and something goes wrong. They're supposed to go to the moon. They don't make it there. They got to fucking turn back. And they almost die.
Apollo 13 is largely accurate depiction of a true story. What? Huh.
Bro.
I think I have seen it now that you mention it, but I can't remember too much.
That's your homework for tonight.
Did you see the movie? What's the movie with Sandra Bullock where she's up in space?
Gravity.
Good
movie.
Really? I had some people say it was kind of ridiculous.
Really? See, yeah, I mean, I could see how people don't like it, but like from a special effects perspective, like that shit was badass.
Well, that is your forte.
Yeah.
That gets. I'm sure that intrigues you because you're like
when she's spinning. There's one scene where the debris hits the spaceship or whatever, and she's like spinning around.
I didn't see that one. To be honest with you, I'll be honest that it did not look like it didn't interest me that much. So I was kind of like, I'll just.
Oh man, you should give it a watch.
So many.
I'm telling you, give it a chance, bro.
I got a lot of movies to watch. I'm not a big movie guy, you know.
No.
I mean, the last movie I went and saw was Doctor Strange because, like, I do enjoy the Marvel movies, and I think that's very low tier on like the movie spectrum, like Marvel stuff.
What'd you think of that?
I thought that was good. So, like, Doctor Strange in my head, I'm like, okay, first one was like more trippy, a little bit different than the other ones. This one's gonna kind of be similar, which it was. Had a little bit of a horror film feel to it, which
really
a couple jump scenes. It was a lot more darker. I don't want to give too much away, but spoilers. Are you gonna see it? I don't want to give it away to you either,
dude. I probably, you know what? I think it's on HBO Max, right?
I'm not.
Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I might see because I don't know. I heard mixed reviews from people about it, but I should check it out.
It's good. I mean, I don't want to give too much away. I mean, like I said, I'm a Marvel guy, but it is a superhero movie. That's the thing when I say like Marvel movies are pretty low tier of like the movie spectrum, is because like you kind of know what's gonna happen. So like, you know, to an extent, like you gotta really dig into like the character development and understand that of like, and look at them from a whole of like the first movie to the next movie. Like there's that backstory with it, but then, you know, the other thing I like with Marvel is how they tie everything together. Like to me, that's where my mind is like, I'm more intrigued in the puzzle aspect of this. I'm like, this connects with this and this and this.
Yeah, like the Marvel universe. Like, where does it fit?
Right. The pieces come together. Yeah, I'm more into that shit, but on like a movie standpoint, that's pretty low tier. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I get it. It's nothing crazy.
You know what? I always had a problem with those movies. Like, I mean, I don't know. There's some Marvel movies that I like. But like, I feel like some of the conversations, it just seems so fucking scripted. Like every word, every line is like, so like she says this and he's got a response. And then like this happens and this happens. And it's like, I don't know. Like there's something about that where it just kind of like takes me out of it. Like I'm probably just I'm just like, I just get like pissed off and then I get like distracted. And
no, I totally get what you're saying. And that's part of the thing is like those movies are pretty good background movies. Like you can put that on and then you can be like,
so true.
You can sit on your phone. You can do something. It's definitely able to do that. Yeah, they do captivate me though. I mean, the only thing that they have really going for them nowadays is like the development of a villain. Like if they can create and develop a villain where you as the watcher can relate to them in some extent, that's when one of those movies is good. For instance, let's take like let's just take Thanos. Like, not that anyone agrees with him, but you could like understand his point of view to an extent where you're like,
some people might agree with Thanos.
Some people might agree with it. That's very true. It's very true. Bill Gates. But like you get what I'm saying. Like you could see where he was coming from. That's not the best example.
You can understand him. Like
get in his head. The Joker usually does a good job.
Oh,
like, Joker.
Love that. Did you see the You're talking about the new Joker movie?
Yeah. See, now I thought that was super good because you could very well understand like this is a very sad and disturbing life. And I now
you know what was so, and that like I'll be honest, like that's like one of those things, one of those movies where you're like, it made me think of like kind of understanding like how does somebody get so fucked up?
Yeah.
You know? Like where they would do like this terrible shit or whatever.
100%.
You look at, you're like, well, I mean, you think about all that shit that leads up to like making him, and you're like, oh my God, this like, it's so sad, you know? It's such a sad movie, but
it is very sad. But I remember my dad being like, this is a very dark movie. I can't, but like it was, I mean, it got, that's why it was good, because you could go, holy shit, like if that was all going down for me, maybe I'd go crazy too.
Dude, I know. Like that last scene when he's talking to Murray.
Yeah.
That shit, I was like, I literally jumped off the couch. I was like, the fuck out. I don't know why I didn't see it coming, you know? Not to, don't want to, no spoiler alerts, you know, everybody.
Like at this point, people.
At this point, yeah, it's your fucking fault for not seeing it. But yeah, it's just like, great movie. Did you see the new Batman?
So I was about to bring up next. I have not seen it yet, but I heard good things about this one. I heard it had a very good, like a different side of Batman and like whatnot.
Yes, so I really liked it.
I am gonna put that one on my list for sure. I will definitely watch that one.
Super like the obviously story is really good, but and like it's definitely kind of got this like more like I don't know, like just like a little emo kind of vibe, like, you know, he's very like, Batman's very like emotional, kind of seems like. I mean, I don't know, he's very quiet, but just, I don't know, it's like different vibe for Batman. But it's also like the way it's filmed, like the color grading of the film, the colors, it's very dark, like actually dark in terms of like lots of blacks. You know, you're definitely gonna want to watch this shit with the lights off.
You want to watch it with the lights off?
Yeah, because like it's gonna
maybe we'll see it.
You know, like if you're like watching the shit on a sunny afternoon or something, turn that shit off.
And that glare is hitting it. The worst thing ever is
it's the worst.
In your living room and the TV glare hits it and you just can't see shit.
Can't do it.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things ever. Okay, I'll put that on my list. I'll watch it at night. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
HBO Max. You got HBO Max?
I'm supposed to have it for free with my provider, so I'll definitely make that account and check it out. But I do like where I got Netflix, right, which I might get rid of. But the issue is if I get rid of Netflix, see, I have Netflix and I give the password to my buddy who gives me Disney Plus.
Oh yeah,
we've got this exchange going.
That's a decent trade-off. Yeah.
And then I want Disney Plus because I'm, like I said, I like Marvel movies. I'm super into Star Wars, so I'm like I'm eating that up right now.
Did you watch Obi-Wan?
I am on Obi-Wan. Yeah. I'm ready.
What do you think of that?
I watch it right in the third one. It's slow at first, which I think, and that's the thing with this with the series. It's like, how much could they really do? Because like we know he lives, and then we know, and then I will say I did not expect Leia to be in it, and I'm not giving any spoilers at this point, but like I didn't know she'd be in it. So when she's in it, you're like, okay, well she can't die either. So now we're 2 for 2 on 2 main characters that can't die. So like you're kind of like, all right,
that's true, dude. I didn't even think of that. Like, you know, he's not gonna die.
Yeah. So like all the suspenseful scenes, you're like, well, I know he gets out of it. So now it's more a matter of how does he get out of it? So it's like, And I was really, really expecting it to be more of a insight into like his struggles and like him overcoming his past and whatnot, which I think they'll start to show, but like I just thought they would show it more than they are.
Yeah, like more about Obi-Wan and not like about all this like other shit going on with, like, and everything. And
they got the Inquisitors, and then they've already said that they were gonna have a lightsaber duel. So like you knew that him and Vader were gonna. I guess that's why Leia's in it, because he has to come out of hiding for Leia. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it's just
you know, it's like Star Wars is one of those things where you're like even like I hated the last 3 Star Wars movies, like the remake, like fucking trash, right? For being honest.
Horrible.
Trash. And we could spend the whole podcast on just those movies. We could spend
a long time on
and maybe we should. Maybe we should block out some time. And, but like I'm gonna watch it. Like I'm going to watch it. You know, like I watched the Mandalorian, although I haven't watched the Boba Fett, so that's actually not true. Have you seen the Boba Fett?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is that good?
See, now there's a lot of mixed things on that. I think it was good, but there were a lot of people that were expecting. I'm not going to give away too much, but they were expecting a different series. They were expecting the Boba Fett that they all think is Boba Fett.
Yeah, we all know and love.
Well, but you barely know him. That's the thing. He's got 10 minutes of screen time, and he's a menacing figure in these 10 minutes to where you think he's a badass, and he's known as the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. So you think he's a badass.
Yeah.
But this is placed 20 years later, you know?
Okay.
So like, there's a little bit of an arc there. And that's another series that I thought picked up really slow at first. Like it was very slow. But however, like you have to watch it from the lens of like, this is his redemption arc. And that doesn't mean they're going to have another season, which I don't know if they've announced it, but I think they would. I think that might show a little bit more of the Boba Fett side that maybe people want. But like, it definitely, the aspect of him being like a ruthless bounty hunter isn't there.
Don't expect it. Okay.
And that's where people were like, oh, you killed the character. And it's like, hey, the man lived in a Sarlacc pit for 5 years and got out, and then you expect him to be the same. I don't know.
Yeah, people are really taking a lot of this shit like super personally. Like Disney's just out here just like be like, oh, do you like this character? We're gonna make a show about him. And it's like, better make it good, man, because
I mean, I get it. I get it, truthfully. And I think that's why they really pivoted with the shows. They've done a good job so far. They've done a phenomenal job with all the shows. They did a phenomenal job with Rogue One. I think
phenomenal.
Rogue One might be my second, or if not first favorite. It's up there for me.
Badass. The whole thing is badass.
And that's the thing is like, that was the first time. That's something I think they should dive into is they've got the technology to really up the battles. And I think that's part of the allure, not just the universe of Star Wars, but the allure.
Oh, totally, dude.
It's fictional battle stuff that we can't yet accomplish or see. And I think George Lucas really encompassed that in Revenge of the Sith, the opening scene and whatnot. But like Disney could really, if they felt like it, they've got the money to throw at it, to do some like, it'd be crazy for them to do some like Band of Brothers type shit with the Clone Wars, make it live action.
Totally.
Only battles.
Dude, totally.
People would lose their minds. It'd be insane.
Because you think about the people who are watching Star Wars are like people that like fight scenes and shit. It's probably like a lot of like younger, I mean, it's obviously Star Wars. Everyone watches, totally like multi-generally, men, women, everybody. But like, I think it leans into people who like action,
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, yeah, and it's got the fantasy allure to it, and it's got everything. And then so like they could really lean into that, and I think they are going to lean into it with that spy series Andor. It does look like that's going to be.
Oh, what's this?
So they just announced it a couple weeks ago at like the Star Wars celebration or something that's in Europe, and it's this show called Andor, which follows the guy from Rogue One, and which is
like the main.
Remember the guy in Rogue One? Oh my God, what's his name? Yeah, isn't it
the guy with the little mustache kind of thing?
Like, the main guy that works with.
And
they So I'm pretty sure it follows his rise, and it's very like spy covert, think like Mission Impossible type stuff, but it's Star Wars.
Sure,
It takes place during the time of the Empire, and it's like the beginning stages of the rebellion, and it's like the spy rings, basically. It's at least that's the way I interpreted the trailer and stuff. I'll just see you afterwards. Look it up.
That's the one thing about like I think in Rogue One, like that first scene when he's in it, he was like he just like shoots some guy in the head, like in like the first scene or something. You're like, oh shit, this is different. Like, you know what I mean? Like this isn't. It's not your. It's just so different from those Disney 3 remakes that were like, I don't know if they're if they're trying to make them for kids. I get it. Like those, like they're made for kids. Like I don't know.
The whole thing was the first one was good. The second one was awful. The third one was just.
The second one was awful.
So bad. I can't even.
So bad. Me and my brother still to this day talk about when Leia flew out of the spaceship, dude. Like when we were in the theater, we looked at each other like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
No, I cannot believe
like, and she's going back into the spaceship, and she's a lot like, dude, don't insult me. Don't insult me. You know, that's how I felt. I felt insulted.
100%. And then like the third one, it seemed like they just packed so much into the third one.
Yes.
But it broke it up into two. And I don't think that's even like the director's fault or anything. That's like the scriptwriter's fault. Like they just put way too much in there for like one movie.
I like how they brought back the Emperor, but it was like, it's almost like they forgot. Like that, like why'd you just bring him for the third movie? Like, you know what I mean? Like you could have had him in there the whole time. You know, like you could have, that would have helped those first two movies, I thought, you know, if you had.
And they were like horrible at explaining like Snoke's background and
yes,
there's this.
Yeah.
And everyone thought, okay, well, I don't know if everyone did it, but did you think Finn was going to be the main character from the first trailers? So I remember from the trailers thinking, okay, the new main character is this African American guy, and then the movie happened. It was Rey, and I'm like, that's a switch up, and I don't care neither. I don't.
Oh yeah, right. Because it kind of starts with him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just very like in a deceiving way. It was like, oh shit, this isn't. Yeah.
They're trying to be funny the whole time, right? Like there's like just kind of like putting jokes all over the place, and I'm like, stop it. Like people make jokes about Star Wars, but it's like memes. It's like not like Star Wars was trying to be funny. You know what I mean? Like all Revenge of the Sith memes, like that wasn't supposed to be funny. People just thought parts were
funny. Yeah.
Memes about it. Like, but this, they try to put like little one-liners in there, you know, which is partially my beef with Marvel. Is I feel like there's a lot of that too. Like,
100%.
And like everyone's got some fucking key things to say.
Like,
fuck up. I don't know. I'm so picky, man.
No, there's no. But I mean, it make your movie taste is your movie taste. You know, like I said, like I call out my own taste. I think my Marvel taste is pretty low here on the heat of good movies, but it's there.
But you're a fan. You're committed.
But nonetheless, here I am. And I don't go. You know, that's the other thing though. Is like, do you watch movies at the box office or do you watch them at home?
I definitely did before COVID. I was a big we we have like a Marcus theater here. I live in like Chicago suburbs, and there's other movie theaters, but at least by me there's like this big ass like Marcus theaters, and they used to have $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah, I remember. We had those down here.
Do you guys have it too?
We did, yeah.
This is some like normal thing. $5, like fuck yeah. And there were times we would just always a little little marijuana, and you just show up to the fucking movies and see one, two.
Dude, $5 is a cheap night. I mean, like, it's something that doesn't exist anymore. Like, you can't go.
I don't think so.
You can't even draw.
I don't think they have it
anymore. $5.
Yeah. I think it was even like you got popcorn or some shit too. If I recall, it was
even wilder. They were just giving you everything for $5.
Yeah, it wasn't like a big one. It was like a little.
But like still nowadays, I don't feel like anyone. I mean, like I barely go to the theaters. The only time I go to the theaters, the only time I've gone to the theaters in the last probably 10 years is it was a big movie like Star Wars, or I went to Infinity War. 100%.
Yeah.
But then like the other Marvel movies, Doctor Strange is the first one I've gone to in years. Like it just wasn't. I was like, oh, I'll just wait till they come out. I can just wait till all they come out. Let's wait, watch it on my couch. Could take out, watch it on my couch. Just doesn't beat it.
Dude, guess how much I paid for Batman? This is a normal theater.
$20.
Theater.
For the ticket. $20 for the ticket.
$20 for ticket, and then $15 for popcorn and a drink. And $35.
That's insane. $35. You can go to a show. You can go
enraged.
All night. You can go out.
Yes.
You can go out.
And then they kept the light. You know how they turn off the lights?
Yeah.
Keep the lights on for when people are walking in. They kept the lights on for the first like 10 minutes of the movie. And I keep like looking around being like, are they gonna fucking turn off the lights? Finally they did. But
an intense movie experience right there.
It was rough. I was like the only one there. It's Batman, fuck it.
Okay, why not? Yeah. It's just better to be at home nowadays. I mean,
yeah.
people want to work from home. People want to eat, you know.
Yeah.
People want to go out.
Did you work from home a lot, like over COVID and stuff?
So my job, I was actually in like the field for my job doing like sales, and we had an industry that was not closed. So I was still working. But then when I moved, I got my new job and I moved up here to do digital marketing. They had me I moved up here and they were like, well, we're not back yet. So you're going to still have to work from home for the first like 4 months. And I was like, okay, so why the fuck did I move up here? But then like I did it and I worked from home, and then I was like, this is great. Like I could go down. I went back to Florida all the time and went wherever I wanted to go. And I could just work from home. And then fucking 4.5 months go by and they're like, so you guys need to start coming back to the office like 2 to 3 days a week. And I was like, excuse me, I've been doing my job for 4 months. And now I'm in this predicament where I'm going back and I'm here, I'm doing it 3 days a week.
Wait, so the office is where?
I'm in South Carolina now.
Okay.
Just on the border.
Yeah, because you were in Florida. Yeah,
I was in Florida. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was.
That's not that. Is it that far? It's maybe like a couple hours drive.
To my home, it's 8, but to like the Florida border, it's about 5.5.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy, but it's I mean, it's enough to where like no one's coming up to visit on a weekend. Like, no one's,
right. That's a ways.
Yeah, I want to go see the lady. I got to plan a whole flight now and everything. It's definitely an extra couple steps. Yeah, it's there, but they're paying me a lot more money. So like I mean, it wasn't like a little bit. It was a good amount. It's enough to go.
Chunk. Yeah, that's what you need, bro.
Think about a move.
Yeah. Like, good for you. Good for you.
I mean, I'll take it. I mean, I will say, like, I talk about it, and it's funny. The other day, I was making a list for I was flying home. This kid was sitting next to me, and he was an intern. He said, "Hey, I'm interning for this company in Tampa. I'm there for the whole summer. Do you got any suggestions on what to do?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'll write you up a whole thing." I wrote him up this whole. I looked at this list, and I was like, "Holy shit, this list is long." And it was like 30 different things to do. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was at least 20 things to do in Tampa, like for free. Like you can just go to and do things. And like, and you might have to pay for drinks and stuff there, but like there are areas you can go to is my point. And then like I did it where I'm living now. And I was like, oh, there's only like 5 or 6 things here. and I don't hate it here. I do like it. There's certain aspects, but I will say moving up here has definitely allowed me to like lower my standard of living is so low, like comparatively to Florida and everything. It's like crazy. Like my buddies,
like cheaper. You mean like?
Yeah, just cheaper. Not yeah. I don't mean it in a bad way. I did. Super weird, but like it's just significantly cheaper. So it's like I'm one, it's cheaper. 2, I'm making more money.
Yeah. Where in South Carolina?
It is the Greenville area.
Okay, so is that close to like the water?
No, I'm in what they call like the upstate, which is the back area of the state. I'm about an hour and a half from Asheville. So I'm right on the foothills of the mountains, which is one of the big pluses is like,
oh, that's cool.
I can go out and hike all the time, which I don't get in Florida. And that is one of the best things is like, I wanted a change of scenery. I got it. I'm not super far away, but it's like, I'm not in the mountains, but I'm right there. It's like I went hiking over this weekend, and then nice. Yeah, and we're gonna go hiking whenever. That's like the one thing I tell myself is when, my best advice for people that move out of their area or their state. It's one, go out and it's easier said than done. But go out and make friends. Go to the bar, have a drink, be talkative with someone next to you. You're gonna start meeting people. It's just gonna start happening.
Yeah.
2, you got to go explore your area. You cannot just sit in your house and do nothing. Even if you need to go in by yourself, like go out and explore a hike, go to that restaurant, go to that river walk. Like you're eventually, by you going to those places, you're eventually going to run into people.
Totally.
Someone's going to say something to you and then you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you're not always going to have to start a conversation. It's going to happen. So like you just got to start going to those things and that all will fall into place. And then boom, you're going to have a friend group. And that's the biggest thing, fear-wise. Even when you move, that's the hardest. Is like, oh man, I don't have any friends. What am I going to do?
Yeah, and totally.
So 2 things, like I said, when you move out there, when you move to a new place, it's go out and just explore the area and 2, then find friends, because friends are going to come to you when you start exploring.
Yeah, and then plus it's like you're staying busy.
And so you're staying busy.
Staying busy, like
it's the worst when you're sitting in your house all the time.
Yes,
you're like
totally.
Because you're like you're on your Snapchat, you see your friends back home are going,
yeah,
we're at the club, and you're like,
oh, yeah, it's like FOMO, dude. You just have like constant FOMO.
FOMO is like one of the biggest driving factors of like the generation. I feel like of anyone,
totally.
of everyone, actually, not just a generation, of everyone. It's just like fear of missing. Yeah. Like, I guess it's such a big thing in festival culture. Like,
yes,
I get it. I'm guilty of it. I'm like, dude, go to that event. I gotta go. Yes. I can't afford it. Damn it. Like,
did you go to EDC?
No. You want to talk about the biggest L of the year? Listen to this bullshit. So biggest L of the year. I sell my Electric Forest ticket to go to EDC Las Vegas, and then we don't even go to EDC Las Vegas. So now I'm not going to Vegas or Electric Forest. So, woo!
Damn, I've actually never been to either.
I've been to Vegas in 2019, and it is worth going again. I really did want to go, but it's
dude. I was seeing so many like posts about people getting robbed at EDC, like pickpocketing, just fucked up shit. Like, and I'm like, I guess I could see that. It's like there's so many people. There's definitely going to be like terrible people walking around trying to,
Yeah, I mean,
think about that shit, but you really should. Like, it's so sad you have to think like that. That somebody that's gonna come up to you and like, do the tap you on the shoulder or something. You turn, there's some other dude grabs your pocket. It's like you hear about shit and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. I got pickpocketed before. So
did you really?
Yeah.
At
EDC Orlando is like my second or third festival.
So it is real.
Oh yeah, I mean,
damn.
I'm not exaggerating with you. I've told this story before. I hold the phone up to take a video of Cascade at the main stage. Beautiful. I remember the video so vividly. I was like, this is gonna be my favorite video of all time. Like, I love taking video. This is
I see your videos.
But like, I love taking videos, and I was like, this is gonna be so cool. And it's the glitter was gold. It was coming down, and everything was gold. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. And I got the video, and then I put it back in my pocket, and I was standing there. For
which pocket?
My right side. Literally 2
front side?
Right, like my right pocket, my right front pocket. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have a back pocket. My right side pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I like 2 minutes later, the stage turns red, and I'm like, oh, that was cool. I'm gonna make another video. Gone. I'm like in that quick, and I was like, oh, I must have dropped it on the ground. We're looking, and there's nothing there. And I'm like, it's gone. And sure thing, get home. Or get out of the festival, get service, phone's off, nothing's working. It's gone.
Dude, now this is I'm curious. Like, so like when after that happened, were you able to enjoy the rest of the festival, or are you just kind of like pissed off the whole time?
No, it definitely dampened my mood.
Yeah.
And I'm someone who has when something like that occurs, I really gotta work through it.
Yes, like, me too, dude. Yeah. Like, if something really bad happens, I'm kind of like I'll be okay. It's just gonna take me some time, Like, it's hard to like fake it. We're like something terrible fucking, Like, I remember, basically, I remember there was one time I threw a party at my house, and
every good story starts with this.
Yeah, like the house party, and I realized at the time of the party that like I was going to be caught. It's a long story with these, so fucking stupid, but I ended up trying to like use alcohol that was in the house, and then like it like was like these old bottles that were like not replaceable that I thought were replaceable. And, like, turns out they don't fucking sell this version of the bottles anymore. So I like knew I was fucked.
Yeah.
I just remember like people being like, dude, like this party's amazing. Like, don't worry about it. You're like, you don't understand. I can't enjoy the party anymore. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's
yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely that mentality. I get worse if I do something, if I like someone asked me to hold some money for them one time, and I opened my fanny pack and the money dropped out and I didn't notice, and I lost their money. Right. And like, as well as my money, not just, I lost both, And like, I felt horrible. And like, that was something where even them being like, yo, dude, it's cool. Like, you'll get me after, no big deal. Like, and I even know I can wrap my head around that. It was just the idea of like, I can't believe I let you down.
Yes.
You know, and like, obviously I'm going to repay him back. And I did. But like, at that point in time, at that moment, I was just like, like,
like that thought is still there. You could even be like, oh, it's okay, I have a solution to this. But the thought is just still like,
and it's weird how that works, because like when you're the other person, you're like, dude,
yes,
cool.
Totally, right? You're like, oh man, I don't want you to be in the state. Like, it's going to be okay. Like,
coming up with like things left and right out of your ass. Like, it's good. There's that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll get money. 100%. This guy's got money. We're good.
Yeah, we all got. Yeah. It's just whenever it happens, we're like, but yeah, I mean, you got to keep your stuff safe. I was funny. I'm thinking about making a video about like how to protect pickpocketing stuff, but like,
that would be a good video.
Probably I need to do more content of like talking, because I don't do enough of it. I do like skits and blah blah blah. But
yeah, I love your skits, dude. Can we talk
about you, dude? We absolutely can. I actually need to take a quick break. We'll get right back into this. So we're gonna take a quick break, folks. We will be right back. Okay.
Sweet.
We're back. Sorry about that, folks. How to use the bathroom. So here we go. But you were asking. We were just talking about.
Yes, skits.
Skits. Yeah. So what was your question? I'm sorry.
I have so many. When did you realize that the skits, that you had something there with the skits?
I feel like I was super late to TikTok. I was on it. I wasn't doing anything content wise. And I kind of just had like a fuck it moment.
Yes.
In maybe November-ish. And then it was more about me figuring out what stuff to do. And then I started pretty early December, mid-December. I've been doing it just about every day since. It's weird because I had a very quick, like, I reached like 3,500 followers, like super quick on TikTok.
Yeah.
But then it's very much, it's like it's slowed down. And I don't know if it's like because I'm posting not as relatable content, or I don't know what it is, because it's really weird. There's a guy, I'm not going to say his name. There's another EDM influencer who was at the same level as me about a month and a half ago, 3,800 followers. I am at 4,000. I'm at 4,355. He is at 20,000 now. And I'm like, and I'm not like, I feel weird because I'm like a little jealous in a sense. I'm not gonna lie.
But it's okay to be jealous.
I'm like, how, like, what did you do that's different than what I'm doing? Because he's done, and that's the other thing is like, I was posting 3 to 5 videos a day up until that point. Like, I mean, I was cranking out shit. Like, and because that's what I was told, that's what I had been doing. And he was like, oh no, I just do like super good content once. I do like one a day. I was like, what? That goes against everything I'm hearing to do more and more content. And so, I mean, I'm really off topic now, but my point is I don't know if there's an exact method. I think it's just about like watch time and relatable content and doing your best to get that. Because like I said, I mean, we were at the same level, and then out of nowhere, he had one that like blew up and another one that blew up. And then
dude, that's all it is too. Is he probably had one, maybe one or two or a few that like blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like it usually like there is something to posting consistently. Because I don't know if you noticed too, like if you don't post consistently, you'll actually lose followers too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you go stagnant.
Like it goes down. Like now that I'm kind of confused because like, is this many people like, are people unfollowing me? I guess so.
Right. It's like how?
Yeah.
I haven't been posting. How did you know to unfollow me?
Yeah, right. But it definitely is something where, like I know at least for mine too, it's like I'll get like huge jumps when one really pops off.
Right.
But like all the lower, like, like my lower mid-tier videos, like I mean, in terms of performance, is like, they don't do barely shit for followers. It'll be like maybe like 20 followers, 40 followers, 30. And then if I get one that'll get like, over 100,000 views, that one will give me like 500 followers or 1,000 followers. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's almost like you're just, you're searching for that one, you know? And I don't know if you feel like this, but like, I never fucking know which one, why. Like, I think I try to make connections in my brain. Like, oh, it's this kind of music with this, you know, transition that did, or it was this element of it. But I'm telling, there's been, I don't know if you feel like this, but there's so many times where I'm like, or like, this shit's fucking dope. This is gonna be it. Nope. Like, I didn't post this one. Like, this is so, I don't know. Fuck it. And that one does the best. And you're like,
it's because you have that. You know, it's funny. 100%. I have that 100%. There's somewhere I'm like, this is gonna be a great skit, and it gets like 1,000 views. I'm like, damn, all right.
Yeah, right.
I've had somewhere like one of my biggest ones. I just heard the sound and I was like, record a reaction to that. I recorded the reaction to that, and I got on Instagram. I got 18 million plays, and I was like,
damn.
Like, excuse me. It took me
18 million.
It took me 5 seconds to record with zero lighting, anything. I just pulled my phone out, put the green screen on, did it, and it was insane. And then that, dude, and like, it's something about like
followers
that,
from that on Instagram.
That was on Instagram. Like, yeah, it put me up to, it took me to above 6,500, and then
yeah, like big jump, probably, right?
Big, like 3,500 followers, like big, like huge. And
dude, like, I'm sitting at like close to 3. And then, you know, Reels came out like, I don't know, like maybe a year ago or something, you know? And like, I posted a couple on Reels, didn't do shit, but then I swear to God, they like turned that shit up to like 11 at one point.
100%.
Right?
It's very interesting too, because I have some that do okay on like TikTok, and then I put them on Reels and they blow up. And I've had some that do really good on TikTok, and I put them on Reels, and they're like
also maddening, right?
So it's crazy. It's just certain things. I will say, I think the raving community is like way more active on Instagram than TikTok. It just seems that way. It just seems that way, like, because you have a bunch of pages that are already established on Instagram. They've been there for a while, and if your content is good enough, they will repost it, which in turn gets you more visibility. So it's like there's that aspect of it, which isn't available on TikTok, at least not at the moment. So like, that's a big thing. Is like, and that's the thing, is like, TikTok likes original content. These pages that are posting videos of festivals, no offense, like, it's not original content in TikTok's eyes. Like, it just isn't. Like, I did that for a little bit. I got nowhere with it, you know? So like, it's like, you got to start just doing other shit and hoping for the best. But I mean, I know I got super off topic, but like, there was never like oh, this is working for me. It's just like, I started to like it. I started enjoying shooting them, and I was like, let me start doing it. And I've had people tell me like, I think you're going to be really good on this platform. But like, it's just weird how like I had that quick jump, and then it's like starting to stagnate out. I'm getting really frustrated because I'm like, damn, it's like slowly, like I'm moving a lot slower than I was earlier. That makes sense.
Yeah, it is frustrating, right? But it's like one of those things. It's like you never know when like the next leg up is coming.
No, 100%. I mean, I haven't had anything blow up. I actually had one blow up, 1,000 plays like last week, but that was the first time I've had something in a while, like a while.
Yeah,
I think it was weird. And I had like a good run where it was like 4 or 5 in a row, 30, 20, 25, 50, 40, you know, like just like in my head, like if you want like that consistency draw of like, these are popping. So like, and I don't know. The other thing with TikTok that's really annoys me is I feel like it's really with any social, except YouTube, I think, but like you really need to stay in your niche nowadays.
Yes.
And it frustrates me because my page and the podcast, everything is Bab's life. My life is on display. And I feel like because I was posting so much EDM content, I have to like, I'm pigeonholed and just doing EDM. Like I posted like a weekend vlog this weekend to show off, like, this is what I did this weekend. And I even put it with an EDM song, and it got like 200 plays. And I'm like, it's like, it was like, nope. Like, and if I post anything about like light, like talking, it's like, it just doesn't, it's frustrating because I want to.
And then you're like in the position, you're like, well, should I just like keep doing the same shit? Like, over again? Cause like, this is what, it's almost like the algorithm tells you, like, you should do this. Like, it like wants to put you in a box or something. And you're like, well, I want to do X, Y, Z. And it's like, that's very frustrating, man. And, you know, people always say like, oh, don't worry about that. Right. Like, don't worry about it. Just do whatever. And, you know, you're like, there's that. You're like, also like, man, I spend a lot of time doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
I need some, like,
yeah, man.
It's like, if I'm fucking posting videos all day, like, I want it to be, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, you want it to be successful.
Yeah. And it's like
you're trying to work at something. Of course you want it to do better over time, I
mean,
it'd be like, it's not very human, like humans want to see progress, No,
100%. I mean, I've been doing Bab's Life now, coming up on 3 years. This persona, I don't know what to call it. Fucking,
yeah.
It's just a different page than what I would post with my fucking friends from high school. It's just like things I like.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'm like, I'm not in a bad spot, because I've talked to some others that have like bigger followings than me and stuff. And they're like, you're almost at your 3-year mark. They were like, at my 2.5-year mark, I had 3,000 followers. Like it's a very slow buildup. Like that's what they all kept telling me. Like, so like, it's like, yeah, I know I'm on the right path and I'm doing the right things, but it's like so slow, much more slower than I guess I thought. And, but I mean, hopefully the payoff comes later. I mean, like I will say this year is the first year things have started to finally start to roll a little bit quicker and better. Like I've gotten some money from it finally. Like it's like, so shit like that. It's like, it comes, but the issue is it's fucking maddening to sit here and be goddamn consistent on it, because it takes fucking forever. Like,
because you're like, it's almost like you're in the dark.
Yes.
So reaching around in the dark.
Yeah.
Like make patterns. I know that's what I'm doing. I'm like trying to like draw connections.
And you're looking for someone to tell you you're doing a good job.
There's actually, I don't know. Have you ever read the book? It's called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
I have not read it, but I've heard of it.
Really good book. Highly recommend.
I think I need it.
He talks about how they had this experiment where the experiment was they'd put people in a room, and like every 10 minutes, they would tell the people like, you have to get this beep to go off. And so like people would do all these things like in their head. They would think like, oh, if I jump up and down, then the beep goes off. Or if I touch the ceiling 3 times, and like the whole thing was just like completely random. So like they would just throw the beeps wherever, and all these people are like coming up with systems to like thinking they know what's causing the beeps.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they're coming up with theories like, oh yeah, I gotta touch the ceiling 3 times and then jumping up and down and then it beeps. And it's all just like about how your brain is like trying to like, trying to find patterns when it's like, I don't know. It was an interesting experiment, because I know I do that, where I'm like constantly looking for patterns and trying to like repeat things.
Yeah.
Like if I can get this, I want it to work, but then I also want to see, can I like recreate that in something else? You know what I mean?
And so the beeping, there was no system to it. It was just
there was no system.
So the person who could go through it, not giving a shit when the beeping happened, when it didn't happen, was the one who.
Well, I think the book, the book's kind of like, it's kind of like a self-help book, but it was just all about, like people kind of just like coming up with, just drawing from things that like aren't there, and I think that happens a lot with like people, like even in life, like something fucked up might happen to you, and you're just like looking for like, how did this happen? Like what caused this or whatever. And sometimes it's just, all that shit's just maddening. Fucking TikTok
happens. Yeah, there's no.
They really have tapped into this shit.
And like it just happens. There's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or
reason.
There's no.
Yeah, it makes sense, and that's why. Yeah, so if you cannot give a fuck, you're gonna be able to get through things a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's a fine line though of like not giving a fuck and being a dick. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah, like you can not give a fuck and be kind. Like there's
yes,
but I think that gets very misinterpreted by people. Like people get very like. Perfect example is like. I'm gonna say guys, because I think guys could relate to it. I'm a guy. Like when a guy gets like brokenhearted, he's kind of like, I don't give a fuck. but then he's a dick to everyone. Like he's just,
totally.
But then he's just
like
an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they say there's like a phrase. It's like hurt people, and that's so true. Like a lot of times people say like, I don't give a fuck, and it's like, really, you do give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
Saying that, but I think at least in that book, the whole key to the book is like, not about not giving a fuck, but like it's all about like finding the right fucks, as he says in the book. Like you're trying to like certain things really don't matter, you know, and certain things like really do matter.
100%. Yeah, you gotta have that things. Like you're saying, you gotta have that nice balance, because you can't go too far one way and too far the other, otherwise you get lost.
Yeah,
you know. So we're still on content talking, because I've been looking at your page as well, but you're not doing horrible on either platform. So I don't know why you're like worried about it, but you've got 15K ish, a little bit more on Instagram. You've got 85 on TikTok, and that's a big following.
Yeah, you know, it's very like you were talking about like those jumps, you know, so I worked my way up to like 15 on TikTok pretty quickly.
You hit it at the good time. So
I hit it at the good, like this is like before COVID.
I want to apologize too real quick, because I just followed you on my new account. I had you on my old one and I deleted it, and I never re-followed you on the new one, but I did today. So I'm sorry. But good, however, you were in
one more follower. There we go.
In that sweet spot of like pre-COVID, when it was like you could blow up quick. And I think that's the issue I'm having too, is I got in on it, not the issue, but like I got in late. Like I waited till the end of
there was definitely like
a wave.
If you were posting consistently before COVID, and then when COVID struck and everybody went on TikTok, COVID time, like your shit was there.
You had the wave, right? You were on
the wave, and you were like positioned for it. But even like I got like, I remember getting to like 15, and then like I sat at like 15 followers for like 2-3 months, dude. And I could not like, you know, I'd get one that would get some more views or some more followers, but then I had like a jump from like 15 to like 23, and then like another jump, and then I had like a jump from like 30 to like 70. Like it was just like huge. But the thing that I've ran into too, man, is like you know, I've heard that too, like post 3 to 5 times a day. Like for me, I can't post 3 to 5. Like I be posting dog shit. Like, you know, the thing is, when I first started making visuals, I wasn't good. I wasn't like, so I would make them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Better at it. You like keep raising this bar of like quality, and you know, in both like you're learning more, and it's like takes time, and like, you know, I think I could do 5 a day, but they'd be fucking trash, at least in my eyes, right? Like, and it's also too is like I'm not just trying to get like, I'm trying to get better at this, you know, like over time. So it's like, if I was just like, you know, keep using the same technique for visuals just to get 5 out a day, like I wouldn't be learning anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's like that. Like I said, the other guy that I was comparing my page to a couple months ago, he said that to me. He was like, I just been doing quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something to that. I just don't know. I mean, it just goes against everything I've been told. So I don't know.
Yeah. But I do think there's some shit to like if you have one that's like blowing up, and then you do another one that's really good. Like if you can get like, you know, 3 off like quickly or something that are all like, there might be something to that. But I am very jealous of those creators that like, whatever it is they're creating, it doesn't take some like enormous amount of like, you know, it can be like stuff that's more like on the fly, or like, obviously I'm not saying that they don't spend time doing it. Of course they spend time doing it. But it's not something where, you know, like at least for like me, like I'm doing 3D stuff. So like 3D rendering, like there's no way, like it's just going to take time. You know, like texture everything. You got to set the cameras up. You got to do good lighting. Like there's like, you got to actually render out the animation, then put the song to it, then edit together. Like there's just a lot of work. And I'm sure I make it worse for myself by keep trying to like up the ante, you know?
Right.
But I also don't know how to like not do that, you know? Like it's just like this process of like,
I mean, but like that process has gotten you this far and it's been working. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, especially because your art form is something that's like, you want it to be the best possible, because then it has the potential to catch a DJ's eye, and then potential to catch a promotion company's eyes.
Totally.
Now you're being used for bigger.
It's just like baseball, dude. It's like, you know how they say like when you got 2 strikes and there's like some fucking mom in the background, she's like, it only takes 1, baby. It only takes 1. You ever hear this kind of shit when you're like playing baseball?
I kind of remember.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It only takes 1 video, right?
That is
when that video is coming.
That is the truth about posting to TikTok. I think really on even now Instagram now too with Reels. Yeah. You are really just one post away from changing your life. And you just got to keep doing your thing. And I also think like, I think that's the other main thing is the consistency aspect. I mean, if you talk to some people, it's like, they're literally like, I've done nothing special. I'm just posting every day. And now I've got this following. I've been doing it and that's the thing, like Gary Vee says, like every day for years. And that's the thing is like, I'm at year.
And you have to like, no, he's serious.
Oh, and he's right. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's the thing is like, I'm coming up on year 3. In the scheme of things, that's not that long. Like, I mean, again, and that's why it seems long because like TikTok had this moment of like virality where people could just post one thing, get 500,000 followers. Like it was just this random, again, there was that wave of so many people. That's part of the reason what's happening now is there was this influx of viewers with very little creators. Now we're at a point where there's no longer an influx of viewers. There's now more creators than ever. So it's harder to get seen through the mess, which is which now I'm talking about it. It makes sense. I didn't think about it fucking last day when I was beating myself up, but like, that's what's happening. I mean, like you look
they even make it easier. Like, I don't know if you've seen like, if you're on Reels, like they'll pull up, like, do you want to make a reel with that wavy sound? Or like, do you want to make, with the dog sounds, like the I'm just a baby like sound, you know what I mean? Like, make it very easy for people to make reels now, or probably before people are like, what? Like, how do I do this?
It is weird because I feel like Reels too is like really getting pushed because there aren't as many creators. Everyone's on TikTok, but like, that's the thing with TikTok is like, they're going to change the algorithm here in the next couple months, maybe 5-6 months, maybe less. But like the thing that TikTok isn't realizing is like, well, they are realizing it, but what people are flocking to TikTok because they have a chance at being viral, which they haven't had with the other platforms in years, versus TikTok wants to change it to like where it can keep people on, because the issue that TikTok's running into is that it's allowing people to get viral. However, these people can't make money on TikTok. Like they just can't, like these creators are like telling people like, go subscribe to my YouTube, go to my Instagram, because that's where I can make money. I can't make money on here. So TikTok knows for it to sustain its viewership and stuff, it has to start like monetizing and doing the search engine optimization and make it more like YouTube. It's the only way to survive. So
and they even, I'm sure you've seen that too, they keep like pushing out, so it's like, oh, you can now do a 3-minute video, or you can now do, I think it's even like 10 minutes now.
I think some people have 10, which is nuts. I think, well, I saw a thing the other day that they're looking to announce soon, that, which I hope it's not soon, I need just a little bit more time to get viral, but like but
dude, I'm telling you, you're doing just fine too.
Well, I appreciate that. It's just,
the thing you said about the 3 years. You don't know how many people dropped out at year 1 and year 2, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're looking at the people that are above you. You're not looking at the thousands of people that already fucking quit. And people are probably looking at you, right? Some fucking dude who's got 100 followers, and he's like, how come Babs Life's videos get all, and I do the same kind of video and I don't get anything, And then you're standing there like, how come it's like, and I don't know if you felt like this too, like where sometimes, whenever you get like a viral video, you kind of get that like rush, you're like, oh shit, like
things are moving.
I'm going to be famous. Like, but like, even like that shit, like I remember when I first got a video, I think like, so I like, this was back right when 2020, I had this like little alien clip like thing. And I remember it got like 17,000 views. I remember texting my buddy because it was his song that I used. And I was like, dude, your song's got 17,000 views and 300 likes on TikTok. I remember this. I was like, oh my God. Cause like, I never gotten 300 likes before. This is like,
Yeah.
Now, if I got
know exactly what you're
likes,
saying.
I'd be like, this is a flop. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy how like, it's like a drug, you know, it's like you reach some higher level and all of a sudden you're like, oh, only 10,000 views. Like, whatever. It's like, that's 10,000 people. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even.
Yeah. No, I'm 100%. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. It's like, things are just, I'm like, oh, I was doing so well. Now I'm not, but you've given me great perspective, and I did need to hear something of that nature, and vice versa. I mean, we do get very much in a mindset of like, oh, this person is doing that. This person's doing that. They've got this amount of followers. I've only got this amount. And it's like, focus on the ones you have. And
it's not like that person feels like amazing. They're like in the same spot where
they're looking at someone above you. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
they're looking at
genius.
Somebody else, and you're like, okay,
you hit it right on the head. You hit it right. I'm gonna write this. I need to write this down and like save this. No, I mean, you hit it right on the head. It's like, yeah. I mean, the other thing is like Gary Vee does talk about like it takes time, and he's not wrong. I mean, again, very few people are gonna just out of nowhere just blow up. However, excuse me, but like it's a lot harder than, like you want to be able to look at it and like be excited about it and like and have something to show. And so like when it's taking forever, you're like, damn, this is like taking forever. Yeah. It's like eventually, you hope things swing your way and it works out, but it is a very like mind-boggling game. Because like think about it, you're at something, you've been doing this just as long as I've been doing what I've been doing, basically.
It's about,
and it's like, when is it take that turn? My question for you though is, so you've got a good amount of followers on TikTok. Has it helped you get any gigs? Like, has it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So I mean, so it is really working for you then.
Not necessarily gigs.
So I don't know what to call them. Sorry.
Business.
Okay. Yeah.
Like people, wanting a video for their song. Absolutely. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's really, I mean, I do, VJ gigs around here, Chicago, and, but like most of the money I make is from doing the videos. You know what I mean?
Are you
songs.
Are you doing it like full time now? Are you done with like working?
No, but like right now I'm working at a school.
Okay. So
I have like the cushiest job ever, dude. I work in the tech department at a school. And it's like literally, it's the perfect job for what I'm doing, because it's like I'm on my computer all day. And then, like every couple hours, some like nice old lady would be like, how do you close out a tab? I'm like, oh, here you go. You know what I mean? But like it really works for that, because you're like, it gives me time to work on my computer and render stuff out at work. So it's really, that's what really makes it nice, because I'm able, before this, I was working at a company and it was like, you're not going to be working on your fucking visuals at the company, like, first of all, you're in office, there's people, it's just, there's work to do. But at least this job, it's like, just a lot of downtime with the job. So that's like really good, Yeah,
I have a lot of downtime myself, and I I'd say I whisper that in case anyone's listening. No, but I need to. That's my biggest thing, is like I have that availability too. And I feel like I haven't been fully taking advantage of it to the extent that I could. I was for a little bit there, and then I don't know. I just need to do the same. I need to like really like hone in on it and be like,
yeah. You know what, it is hard though? Like you're saying about like, even now there's a lot of people that want videos to be done. But I'm finding this is very hard to scale. Because like I can get, and this, not to sound like, not to be like cocky or something, but there's a lot of people that are like willing to pay me like $100, $200 for a video.
Yeah.
Right? Not very little people who are willing to pay like 1,000 or 500 or something. And in order to make like shit that's like really good, you know what I mean? Where you be like wanted at a festival or something, like, or, like, that's where I'm running into. It's very, kind of hard to like, and it makes sense, right? Like a lot of the people I'm doing videos for, they're DJs, so they're art, like they don't have like a ton of money. Like they don't have $500 for a promo clip for their new song, you know? But there's like a shit ton of people who have like $100.
So then my big thing for you would be set up like a subscription model where you're telling them like, so instead of like, say they hit you up one time a year, how much, okay, how much does someone hit you up on average?
Oh, well, that, you know, that is the other thing that's been like really good that I feel very happy about is I'm getting like reoccurring customers, you know, like people, and that makes me feel good because I'm like, they like the work. You know, there's definitely been times where I've like sent people shit.
Right.
Very obvious they don't fucking like it.
So give me an idea here. So you're what? Someone comes back what? Maybe 4 times a year, 3 times a year. What do you think?
Yeah.
3 or 4 times a year.
About right. You know, I've definitely had people that I've worked with like, like 3, 4, 5 times now.
And you're okay. So, and you're charging. Let's say roughly. Let's just say, for instance, I don't want to. Don't give away. Roughly 150 a pop for a video. Let's just say that.
Sure. Yeah.
And so, in my head, what I'm going with, they come to you 3 or 4 times a year. You hit them up and you say, "Hey, I'm redoing my business model. I'll set. You know, you go through my website. This is how you'll do it, or Google Drive, whatever you got figured out. But like, we're gonna do." It's going to cost $25 a month now. You can hit me up for up to 6 videos a year or whatever number.
I actually really like this idea already. I have thought about it. But yeah, like what you just said is very interesting in that you're putting a limit on it, like a subscription with a limit.
Yeah, sort of. You got to figure out how to like.
Wouldn't have a limit would be very difficult.
Right, because you could have 20 people hit you up for 20 videos, and now you're overworked and you're not making enough money to sustain yourself. But like if it, you know, and again, you could go up from there and then like maybe it's Trippy Tapes LLC and you get some other VJs to work underneath you and they're making a lot of money. And that's how you grow the business. But like from a you standpoint as a starting, it's like, how do you go up to scale? Well, what's a good price point? And look at, if you're doing $20, you're making $240 a year off that one person. So what's the video limit? Hey, you know, but you make them sign a year deal. Basically, you could use me for a full year. You get 3 videos. They're going to put out 3 songs. It's $20 a month. So now let's say you get, you know, I don't know what it'd be. I think it'd have to be more than 20, but I'm just using 20 because it's a good even number to figure out. You get 5 people, you're making $100 a month extra. I think that's pretty low, but like, then that's only 3 videos a year, 15 videos a year.
Yeah. Maybe they don't even use all the videos, you know, or they don't.
And that's like low money at first. Again, you have to up it at scale. So like,
there's definitely, that actually is I will actually think about that because I like the idea of having, well, first it'd be somewhat difficult to implement a subscription where it like automatically charges them, you know, like, I don't know how I would do that, but there's gotta be a way, right?
There's definitely a way.
Definitely a way. But that would be interesting if you like, you like put a, what I have been doing that has been working is like presenting people with packages. So like,
oh yeah, you could do that too.
I'll do the promo clip and then I'll also give you concert visuals, you know, 10 concert visuals, you know, and canvases, Instagram canvases. People need that, right? So they need the Spotify canvas, like the little 8-second clip.
Oh yeah, that's a new
that has been popping off, man. And that's something where that's quicker for me because a lot of times it's not something where I'm like using multiple renders in video, you know, because you're just using like a visual that's like one visual, you know, like basically like one render. So that, but I've been trying to present people with packages and then like, you know, trying to, like raise the price point, but then like offer more value.
No, and I mean, I think you're on the right track.
Yeah. The other thing that I've been doing now, which has, I mean, this has taken me 3 years to fucking realize this, man, is like, Mike, do the shit in advance. Like, have shit ready to go so that when someone hits you up, you're not like, well, you know, like I gotta go to dinner tomorrow night or something. You know what I mean? But if I have like concepts already made, you know what I mean? And then it's just like a plug and play, drop their song in, add their logo, do whatever. Like they're not gonna know. You know what I mean? That like I already made.
Now they will. No,
now they know. You know?
But you're right. I mean, to a sense, it's the same thing I'm doing with content. I'm working a full-time job. You're working a full-time job. How do I maximize my time efficiency to get the best out of my time and the best content out? I'm starting to sit down. I was trying to do, I've been pretty bad about it lately, but I try to do like every Sunday I sit down and I would edit fucking a whole podcast, and then I would draft up every clip. And then for the whole week, I have a week's worth of content, Sunday to Sunday. So now I take one day out of my week versus taking 30 minutes every day or 45 minutes every day. And when I get home from work at 5 and that 45 minutes, next thing I get home at 6, then 6:45, then I go to get dinner. It's 8 o'clock, and then the next thing I know, I gotta go to bed. I fucking haven't got anything else done. So it's like, I've been trying to do my best.
And it's even better that way, right? Because you're not rushing. You're not trying to get it done today. You're not like making some like, oh, let me just clip this out because I don't have time to scroll through the rest of the episode or something. Like, you know, or now also like I've been making like packs. So like if somebody comes to me like I'm developing this like alien pack.
Oh, okay.
One loves aliens. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
So like that way I can, if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, can I have concert visuals? I'm like, yes, would you like to see my alien? You know, like more like a restaurant. Like if somebody goes to a restaurant, it's not like the chef's gonna be
like to see my alien.
Like, what do you want? And I'll figure it out. Like, no, there's a fucking menu. And then people, you know, it is hard with visuals because people, you're working with artists, they have their own ideas, they have their own vision for the project or vision for the song. So there's always gonna be like making edits to fit their thing or whatever, you know, or modifications to meet their thing. But there's no reason why I can't like make dope shit in advance and then like tuck that away. So that also too, man, it's like, at least for me, there'll be times where if I have a video that pops off on TikTok, then there's a bunch of people coming at me, and that can be very stressful because you only have a finite amount of time. You know what I mean? So then you're like trying to like cut deals based on like how much time you have or whatever. When it's I keep telling myself, I'm like, Mike, there's a better way to do this, man. If you would have had shit tucked away, then you could have been like, yeah, you know, then you're ready to go for when that video pops off. You're like, okay.
Have shit tucked away. I think the other thing that you could do is have them go to like a Google form and submissions purposes. So like if someone DMs you, you just send in a Google form, put like, hey, fill out all your information here. I'll see if I can get time or whatnot. Like then it's like that simple.
That is a very good idea.
Yeah, you need some type of like funnel system to get them through. And that'd be
yeah, because that's so true, man. Like there's so much in the back and forth, you know, and I think that's what people don't understand. They're like, how come this, you know, well, $300? You're like, dude, there's the time of us talking about it. There's the time of me working on it. There's the time of me delivering it. There's the time of us talking if you're okay with it. You know, that's like, so you think about that and you're like I swear, and it's funny too, man, is because there's definitely been people that are like, touring DJs, you know, like who are like the biggest fucking skimps, you know what I mean? Who'd be like, you know, just like did you think I was gonna say $20? Like, is that what you thought I was gonna, you know, like you're like, literally, I'm not charging that much. Like, I know what other people charge. This is nothing like crazy. And then you'll have some other person who's just like an up and comer or something who is like more than happy to, you know, to pay that or whatever. So it's like, you almost kind of, it's very weird in that like everyone's different and everyone values the art differently.
Yeah, no, 100%. It is a weird thing. And
then you're also like, if I've been getting better, like it's taking me longer to do these videos, right? Because I'm like putting more time and effort. So then I'm not trying to be mean. Like, it's just like, I have to charge more or else I'm actually like,
losing money and time.
Yeah.
No, 100%, man. I get it. And we could talk more off the podcast about scalability and stuff. I got some ideas for you for sure.
Dude. I like both your ideas already.
Well, I appreciate it. That's something I've been thinking about doing.
Maybe I'll hire you, dude.
It's funny you say that. I've been thinking about doing like a consulting type thing or something because it's like I'm not good at coming up with my own ideas, but I'm super good at like giving advice on other shit like that. Like and just giving out marketing advice and ways to funnel things and make it better and organize it. So it's
I'm sure you find the marketing helpful, like in the like marketing. I went to school for marketing too. It's been enormously helpful.
It has been enormously. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Hey, well, I love this. This was fucking awesome. We had a great time. We talked about so much. I'm glad we could reconnect again. And we will continue to be reconnected. Tell everyone where they can find you real quick, and we're gonna close out.
Yes. At Trippy Tapes, at everything, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and thank you, Babs.
Always absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
Chat.
Well, it was great having you, and we're gonna go, everybody. Bye. Peace.